for payment. Emancipation proclamation, abolish slavery. We gotta pay for our freedom, and that's unsavory. Tax evasion, lock us in cages if we don't pay the fee. Exploitation, degradation, we gotta pay to eat.
What's up? I'm Shelly.
And I'm Chanel, and welcome to
another episode of
We Can't Make This Shit Up.
We got a special guest here. Her name is Deja, better known as Mac Dej. If you haven't known, Google it, please. I've been knowing her for about 12 plus years now. She is my best friend, very dear to my heart. And Deja, can you just give our listeners something, a little bit about you?
How y'all doing? My name is Deja. I'm just coming on here with my best friend and Chanel. I'm coming on here to keep it real, keep it lit. Can't make this shit up.
Period.
All right, so let's dive into it.
Okay, so I'm going to ask the first question. And I want to know, how did you get the name Mac Dej? Where did it come from?
How did I get that? How did
How did you get that name?
How did I get that name? My partner actually gave me that name. My partner Ed, shout out to Ed. When I was growing up, when I was 13 years old, I used to talk to a lot of different females at one time. And it wasn't a secret. It wasn't a secret. So my partners gave me that name, but Ed gave me that name. Shout out to Ed.
Shout out to Ed. Okay. So you was just a Mac.
Yeah.
A Big Mac or a Little Mac?
Big Mac. They know. Action.
Action.
It's a Big Mac. Okay, Mac Dej. All right. So how do you think your hometown or upbringing influence your sound and your lyrics and music today?
Growing up in East Oakland, the Bay Area, you know, our culture, we experience a lot growing up. Just growing up in that city, period, we see a lot. It's the ghettos, it's the slums, it's the trenches. You know, it's a lot of homicide that go on. Just the negative stuff, just like a lot of homicide when you're growing up. Just not a lot of positive influences around that area growing up. So you only just see what you see. You only have access to what you see, and it's just not really much. You know what I mean? So that's a lot that it influences my music in that kind of way.
Okay. All right. So that sounds good. So the streets really taught you and made you who you were today.
I wouldn't say the streets made me anything. I would say more being in prison made me who I am today.
All right.
Okay. Interesting. So prison.
Yeah.
So let's talk about it. You mind us talking about it?
No, I don't mind.
All right, cool. All right, so tell us about it. So what was the reason why you went in?
I went to jail for a hit and run. The person ended up losing their life, and I ended up getting sentenced to 12 years in California State Penitentiary.
Wow. How old were you?
I was 19 years old.
Wow.
You was 19 years old. So how did you use your time in prison to change your life now? Because look at you. You a phenomenal, strong black woman. You feel me? You out here doing what you need to do, keeping your head high through your trials and tribulations. So let's talk about it.
Well, being in prison really exposes you to who you really are, because you get stripped off of everything. You don't have anything. You don't have a cell phone. You don't have family around you. You don't have friends. You really don't have nothing. You just have yourself. So you're forced to look deep within yourself. You with no, you don't have any drugs to alter your mind. You're forced to get up and look in the mirror every day at yourself. And I really believe that's a big part of why they send people to jail and prison. That's a big part of rehabilitation. They want you to sit in there, think about what you did, look at who you are, and figure out why you did what you did. That's the main purpose. Right. Why did I do that? So with that being said, you have to work on yourself while you're in there. And they have a lot of resources in there. They have plenty of groups you can go to. They have plenty of classes. They have therapy. You got anger management. They got classes teach you how to heal trauma, childhood trauma. You could do, they got rap. You could media record. You could cook. They got everything in there. You can do barbering, whatever you want to do.
You was cutting hair up in there too.
Yeah, I was cutting hair. You can, if you really want to work on yourself in jail and you really want to be a better person, that you have an opportunity to. They have resources. They have a lot that can help you in there. People don't know they have a lot of resources inside of jail that help you get a job when you get out, get housing, get a car, all that. They really do. But you have to, they don't just give it to anybody. You have to earn it. You have to go to classes. You have to be doing right. So, yes.
Yes.
Wow, that's interesting.
That is very interesting.
A lot of people don't talk about the resources that they also
They have
provide.
a lot.
And
like
that's
they
good
literally
to hear because
they literally set you up for success before you get out. There is no excuse.
Right,
They literally do.
GED in there,
You can
right?
get your GED, your college degree. You can get a bachelor's degree in there. It all depends on you. They have, and you can go to college in there, get financial aid because I got it when I got out, and you could get your degree. But they don't give you the financial aid till you get out. But yeah, you do get it. For real.
Wow, that's truly amazing. So you can do a lot behind bars as well. The same thing that you can do.
I feel like it was more opportunities in there. I promise you. I feel like it was more opportunities in there. You know, I'm not lying. Like, and this may sound to some people, but if I had an opportunity to go in there, well, not an opportunity, but if I was to just end up in there again, I wouldn't mind because of the resources they have in there. They really don't have that out here. They really don't.
Okay. More so, that's pretty dope, and you meet a lot of different people in there as well. That's very talented as well, just like you. So when you was in there, did you get more inspired to do your music?
Yes, I did, because I had a lot of time to sit with myself in my cell with my thoughts. And you really don't have nothing else to do. You don't have a phone that can
distract
and
you.
honestly, not having a phone for 9 years straight was one of the best things that I could have ever experienced. I had access to a cell phone, but for the most part, I didn't have a phone in there. And with that, the phones, man.
The phones get you in trouble. Shoot.
I see why you don't have phones in there. It's a distraction for real. You can't get nothing done. This slows a lot more people down than y'all think. It's nothing. So, you don't have phones in there. You could just think. You could create. You don't have like traumatic thoughts of what other people are doing. You're not in competition because there's nothing. You're not competing with anybody. So you're able to manifest and like just create out of just your heart and stuff. You don't have nothing blocking it when you're in there. So I created a lot in there. I thought about a lot. I used to be in my imagination a lot. It's kind of hard for me to do that while I'm out here. It's too many distractions.
It is.
It's very stimulating.
Yes.
It is. The world is moving fast.
It really is. And I'm going to tell you, by the time I got arrested for fighting and I went in jail. You remember?
I think you told me about it.
And listen, when I tell you when I went in, I said, y'all got to go. This is not a place for me. It's not for everybody, right? That it's true. It's not for me. So I'm going to just say this right now. What it built you up to, it did a good job for you. You learned your lesson and the mistake that transpired. But me, I went in there for fighting. I didn't learn my mistake because I went out and I was still acting the same damn way. But I know jail ain't for me. So
it's not for everybody.
But you came out stronger than when you went in.
When you get your life taken away from you and you don't have a choice, it makes you appreciate life more. When you get your life taken away from you, I know people in there who got life and they're never getting out, and they're young. And so I know that if they had an opportunity to get because I was on the verge of getting my life taken away. That's why I appreciate life more than I'm out. I don't take it for granted. Before I went in, I took it for granted.
Yeah.
But look at you now.
Right. It's not. I've been through similar things in my life. I was in and out of jail at a very young age. At 13, I think was the first time I was locked up in juvenile. And you think sometimes it's just, these group homes. But initially, I was locked up in prison for 3 months until they could transfer me out to another place. And I was 4 hours away from my hometown. I was locked up for 9 months at 14.
Wow.
And
it
was very traumatizing.
Young age,
at a very young age. I was fighting a lot growing up, and I was going through a lot of different traumatic events that happened at a young age and still trying to process them as I got older. And it's not for everybody.
It's not.
But, being able to experience something like that and able to come out and grow and actually,
and prosper from it.
And just look deep inside. Like you say, a lot of self-reflection. And a lot of people need to self-reflect because you have to get up and look at yourself every day.
Exactly.
And decide, what do you want out of life? Do you want to keep going through through things that you're putting yourself into, or things that happen, or do you want to move forward and try to be better than you are? So,
most definitely. And you know what? Your past defines you, and
it does.
And never regret that, because you know everyone go through something in life.
And humans, you know, we're all human. We all make mistakes. And, you know, it just sucks that sometimes you can make a mistake and it have a really big effect on your life.
And this goes out to the younger generation, because we all been there before. We all was what they call it, young and wild, right?
Free.
So we really was all young and wild. We was doing the same thing everyone is doing today, but it was a little different back then. That's the only thing different. It's a lot of more. The society take more so hone on social media, so they influenced by social media, and they shouldn't be, because we all living in the same 24 hours. No matter if you was out of prison or you was in prison, we all have the same 24 hours. It's what you do with it.
Exactly. I'm glad to hear that they have a lot of resources.
Yeah, that's
really good, because it really is supposed. Because if you look at prison in other countries and around the world, some of them are a lot different than the American prison.
No, for real.
You know,
you can get a job up in there. You can work, get paid, right, to go towards your
the California women prisons set you up for success. I don't know where they said different. If somebody did say different, they're lying. They really care about us in there. If you choose to not care about yourself in there, then they're not going to give a fuck about you, because you're fighting, you're doing drugs, you're getting caught with cell phones, you're getting written up. They don't help people like that. They help, if you want better, they will help you. And I was one of the people who wanted better for myself, so they helped me.
What they say, if you want better, you got to do better. You feel me? I know that's right.
Okay. So I have a question. How long have you been released?
Going on 3 years in November.
3 years in November. Well, congratulations.
So I got released November 2nd, 2020.
Okay.
So is that more than 3 years? I can't count.
That's right when the world was kind of going crazy.
Yeah, that was right after COVID. Right after COVID. And how was COVID when you was incarcerated?
I caught COVID when I was incarcerated in 2020, early January 2020. I caught COVID in there. I didn't know what it was. I was in Folsom State Prison. And it was like an open dormitory setting. So it's a whole bunch of bunks set up in a big, like, warehouse looking thing. Just a lot of bunks, and like at the end of the warehouse looking thing, it's like a shower. It's in a shower in the middle, and then a lot of bunks, and then it's another shower. So it was only like 7 showers in there, and it was like 50 of us.
So how did they take care of you when you was inside? Did they make sure you guys had your medication, make sure you was hydrated? Like, how did the prison take care of you?
You get 3 meals in there. You get breakfast, and they serve you a cold lunch during breakfast. So you gotta take your little bag lunch or box lunch with you at breakfast, and you take it to your bunk, and you eat it whenever you want to. And then they give you another meal at dinner. The prison gives you another meal at dinner, but you can have your own commissary too. So that's noodles, rice, beans, tortilla spreads, chip soda, junk.
Did you make spreads while you was in there?
Yeah, spreads are really good.
Ooh. I need her to make me a spread.
Spreads is bomb. Yeah.
Hold on.
You can also make real meals in there. Like, they sell like collard greens and stuff. They have specials. We have sales in there, so they got like Burger King that come in there, like Carl's Jr., Krispy Kreme.
Oh wow!
Costco.
So y'all was living the life.
Yeah, like they have every quarter. So every 3 months they'll like have a massive like bulk sale, and then they'll send out a bunch of lists to every inmate to their rooms, and you fill it out what you want, and if you have the money on your books, you get it. They come and they deliver it to us, and go out, line up, pick up your bag of stuff, go to your room, and they did that like every 3 months. Pizza Hut, KFC, shit like that. A truck will come.
So you literally have what we have on the outside, inside.
Truck will, well, not necessarily, because you gotta have. Well, if you're working, you can make money. That's another thing. You can make money in there for yourself. Like, you can work in the kitchen. They got construction. They tear down around stuff around the prison and rebuild it. They have barber. They have cosmetology. You can learn how to do nails. You can get your barber
license.
You can get your cosmetology license in there. Yes, you can get your cosmetology license in there. You don't gotta pay certification. You can get certified in carpentry in there, electrician. That's what I'm saying.
And what was the prison you went to?
I was at 4 different prisons. I was at Chowchilla.
I remember Chowchilla. I used to write her all the time.
I was at Chowchilla Women's Facility, CCWF, Level 4 Maximum Security Prison. It's over there by Fresno, Modesto way, like type that. And I was there for like a year. I couldn't do it. Level 4 Max. It's a very dangerous women's prison. They have a lot of female LA gang members in there. Hoover. They got Crips, Bloods, all that. Females in there, full-fledged tattoos all on their face, fighting every day. Yes, that's
so
all
like
that. A level 4 female prison. So they got killers in there, real gang members in there, active gang members.
Level 4?
It's level 4. People who
What's
really
the name of that one?
It's called Chowchilla.
Oh yeah, never go to Chowchilla.
Chowchilla level 4 prison. Yeah.
Never go to Chowchilla.
So how was it there? Did they were y'all able to roam around, or was it always on lockdown because it was a lot of things?
It's a level 4 prison, so it's very structured. So it's very much so. At this time, everybody do this. At this time, everybody go to school. At this time, everybody get out. At this time, everybody needs to lock down. And it was like that every day. Level 4 prison. I eventually was able to get out of that prison because I demonstrated to the prison that I'm not a level 4 inmate. So I was programming every day. And when you're programming every day and doing the right thing, when everybody go into prison with a certain amount of points, and it all depends on your crime. So if you got like a murder or like a strong arm robbery, your points will be high going in. So you have to program. You have to go to school. You have to be programming. So that's either going to school or going to work. And
so
annually you have to go sit in front of counselors and prison board people, and they evaluate your file to see what you have been doing all this year. And they do that annually until you get out. And that determine whether they drop your points. And when your points get dropped, it opens your eligibility up to go to low level prisons. If I worded that right.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
That's really good.
So you got to kind of
They have
work
a
hard
point system in there.
to knock your points off so you can get a little lesser structure at least. So you have a little bit more freedom.
So with that, I did not like that prison because it was not for me. Did not want to fight every day. I did not want to be into things. So I got my points knocked down, so I was able to go to a low level prison, and that was in LA.
Oh, okay. So
it was much better than Chowchilla.
Right. I can only imagine because that's where you serve most of your sentences at, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty dope. All right. So how has your life been different than what you imagined it to be?
You talking about getting out?
More so of when you did come out, and then what you doing now, basically.
I'm doing what I need to do, like going to work, taking care of myself, taking care of my responsibilities. Me being in jail and then coming out trying to, be back into the world, because it's a whole different world in there. Like you have to become a certain type of person to be able to survive in there, is what I'm saying. And whatever that may be for you, it looks different for everybody. If you feel like that you have to be a certain way so you can fit in and make it. Some people turn gay when they're in there and get a girlfriend so they can make it. Some people, do drugs and, however you got to cope to make it through your time, that's what you have to become in there. And sometimes that could be a good thing. That could be a bad thing. So you have to unlearn a lot of things and relearn a lot of behaviors, because you have to adapt to a totally different environment. Mm-hmm. And with that being said, I came out a different person. Right. And I don't know if that was conducive to the environment I was in. So I had to step back from the environment and the people and reevaluate myself being out. And I didn't realize that until like 2 years after I was out, that, okay, this is something's going on.
Right.
Like,
exactly.
You know what I mean? And that translates into post-traumatic stress disorder, because it's like you're in an environment, so you're different. So it's like I'm trying to be how I was in that environment out here. It's not going to really work.
Right.
Mentally, it's not going to work. Mm-hmm. So you have to step back and see what you need to unlearn and what do you need to learn. What do you have to do for yourself to make it out here?
Right. Exactly. And so with that, right? So you coming out, you did You were sentenced to 12. You did 7?
8 years, 7 months.
Whew. Right off
9
the bat.
years.
9 years. You gonna double that. So you did that, right? You
Mhm.
got out. What was the first thing you did when you got out?
The first thing I did, which my mom picked me up, rest in peace. I don't want to talk about my mama. I don't
We
want to
love
cry.
you, KK.
I don't want to feel sad.
We
My
love
mom
her.
picked me up, and that was a blessing. She had my nephew with her. Touchy subject. I really don't want to talk about it. But my mom picked me up, and that was a blessing. The first thing I did was went to like a fast food. I think it was Wendy's, and we went to Wendy's. My mom took me there, and then I went to my auntie house. But the biggest thing I did was a lot of all my family and friends came to my mom's house.
Mhm.
People I haven't seen in years came and celebrated with me. Turned up for like a week straight. Party
Right.
buses, popping bottles,
It was really
everything.
lit.
It was lit. It was lit. That was a great experience.
She had a great welcome home
That's
party.
great.
That was a good
What's that
experience.
song
And it
called?
went on for
First Day Out?
days. It went on for days and days and
First
days.
day out, honey. First
Yes.
day out. Okay, so what's an adult problem nobody prepared you for?
Bills.
Let's talk about it.
When you in prison, you don't have to pay not one motherfucking bill,
Yeah.
and that can be a bad thing because going in as a kid, because I was 19 years old, only 18 really in my mind because I had just turned 19. Going in as a kid and only had my phone bill, and then coming out and now I gotta pay a car note, car insurance, rent, like just all kind of different bills, and you just have to keep up mortgage and food, gas,
clothing,
and clothes, and it's just
jewelry. Let's go into it.
It's just it's a lot that you don't have to worry about when you're in there. They give you don't have to pay for tampons, you don't have to pay for tissue, you don't really have to pay for food. You know what I mean? They give you food, or all you need is like $50 in your books, and you can work and get that. And you can get a case of noodles, sodas that can last you out the month. I don't know. It's cheaper in there. A noodle costs like 10 cents or something like that. I don't know.
Oh, wow. So, compared to now,
it's like 79 cents.
Right.
It don't prepare you for bills though. It don't prepare you for bills, and that's on them like a material level, but on an interactive level, it don't prepare you with how to really interact with people out here, because I had a hard time with that. I had a hard time just understanding where people was coming from because I was looking at life through a different filter.
Right.
So.
And it's a lot different when you come out, and the world has changed so much.
It changed, yeah.
And people are different.
People change too.
People change. People have a lot of different trauma, entitlement, perspectives, opinions.
And it's not a race. Like when you got out, did you feel like everything was a race? Like
yes, I did. I
felt like to be at a certain point when you really don't even need to do that.
Right. I felt like it was a race. I was moving really at the speed of lightning when I got out, and I wish I would have just sat back and slowed down and just took my time. My mom used to always tell me, just slow down, like you just moved too fast. I was like, how am I moving too fast when I just missed this amount of time in my life and I'm trying to get back on my feet? Like, I don't know how to move slow. And I really didn't know how to move slow. Like, I felt like when I wasn't doing nothing, I felt like I should be doing something because I had missed I was not doing shit for so long. So it's like it tricks you. That's what I'm saying. It tricks your mind. It just tricks your mind. If you're sitting not doing shit for so long, of course you're gonna want to get up and do whatever you can, possibly. Right. So you know what I mean?
Right.
And then with that being said, sometimes you just making impulsive choices too.
Right.
You're not really thinking about the long-term effects of that choice. You're just trying to hurry up and do this, hurry up and do that. Mm-hmm. And that's how it was when I got out. That wasn't a good decision.
Yeah.
Right. But you learned from it. So taking accountability, that's the first step.
Yes.
So you've done a phenomenal job with that.
Right. And you've been moving. Mm-hmm. You think you've been moving fast, but at least you haven't made any bad decisions that's caused you to go back to where you are. Because, it's a lot to take in.
And it's a life lesson.
The world is fast, and it's a lot to take in, and time goes by fast. But the good thing is sometimes you do have to slow down and just sit and look around you and appreciate what you have, and then just take it slow because everybody's time is different.
Yes, most definitely. and what you surround yourself in, the energies that you put in. That's a good one. How's your solitude?
My solitude, is just God. That's my solitude. When I'm in solitude, all I'm thinking about, and I'm connecting with God. I have a spiritual relationship with God. I believe in God. I'm not a atheist. I'm very much so. Well, you can call me a Christian. I'm not perfect, but I definitely believe in God. That's first.
Same.
Most definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you to the man above always.
I have a good question. Since we're talking about decisions we've made that have impacted our life, what would you say to young people that are maybe going down the wrong path and towards a criminal way of life? If you can give some advice to the young people out here, what would you tell them?
Because they're going down the road path.
Ooh, honey.
They are.
I would tell a young person who's going down the wrong path of the streets in the criminal life, I would tell them that there literally there's only 2 ways out. 3. That's you're going to end up in the jail, you're going to end up dead, and you're going to end up going to hell. So if that's what you want to do, then so be it. But I didn't know God when I was like going to jail and doing what I was doing. I didn't know God, but now I do, and that's not something I even want to indulge in no more. Yeah. It's just like I know about it. I've been around it, and that's just not something I'll choose.
So basically, follow the white track. Even if you get misguided off your path, continue to walk forward, because we have to go through those different doors to learn to what we want to actually do in life and what we actually want to be and what we want to come and what we want to surround ourselves with. So just continue to take notes from Deja, Mac Dej, you feel me? Because we can't make this shit up. All right. We can't make this shit up, right?
Make it up, honey. It's been some good feedback. I've really enjoyed hearing your story and where you came from.
No, for real. We got the Mac Dej on it. Thank you for sharing your story too.
Yes. Thank you for coming and visiting us and telling us a little bit about yourself. And, we have plenty more questions for you.
Yes. So I'm going to start by...
Y'all want me to spit this hot 16 or what?
We're going to hold that. You want to spit it now?
I don't know. Whenever.
All right. So who was the first rappers you listened to growing up?
The first rapper I can remember actually admiring and saying, "Ooh, like I want to do that. I want to be like that," was Lil Bow Wow. I think every little girl was kind of intrigued with him because around the time when we was growing up, he was the only little rapper out there that was really doing his thing, and to me, I liked it. I was enthralled by that. So Lil Bow Wow, Lil Romeo was some of the first artists that kind of caught my attention as a young person, and B2K and shit like that. Remember Lil Romeo?
But Lil Bow Wow, they try to not give Lil Bow Wow his credit, but he really was.
He was going crazy. He led a whole.
Wait, what's that song? Lil Bow Wow.
It was just him for a long time. It was only Lil Bow Wow for a very, very long time.
And it was still kid friendly.
It was kid friendly, yes.
And then he turned into acting and stuff like that. We give Lil Bow Wow, we give you your flowers.
He a role model. Yes, a role model for real.
We do. Bow Wow, he did his thing.
And I'm also into conscious rap, like Tupac. I like the MC Light.
Okay.
I'm trying to see
I'm a Tupac girl, so I feel you.
Lauryn Hill.
Yeah.
I like Mozzie because he speak gangster rap, but it's kind of conscious. So I like him. I like how he articulate his words.
Yeah.
Meek Mill.
Mozzie is good. Meek Mill good. Yep.
As far as Bay Area artists though, I like Lil Blood, I like Lil Rue, I like and then as far as upcoming artists, I like D Barbie, Action Pack D Barbie, Tan the God, Project Papa, Killer Fonte. It's a lot of artists out there though. 800 P's. They paid. It's a lot. Like T3 Benji, Chrissy Cola, 2800 GT, Paris Hilton. It's a lot.
It is a lot.
It's a lot, honey.
Shout out to everybody.
Shout out to every name that she didn't name. You feel me?
Sav Diddy, produced by Mitchell. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Big
Okay.
ups, big ups. Okay, we like that.
Okay, so now we want to hear about your songs. Can you walk us through the story or message behind either your song "Feel My Pain" or "The Hard Way"?
I think "Feel My Pain" was, I wrote that when I was in jail. I remember when I was sitting on my bunk and I was just like, I was going through pain, and I wrote that song over a series of days, so I didn't just write it all in one day. I would write some, leave it alone, come back, revisit it, write some more. So that song, I've actually had people cry after listening to that song. So "Feel My Pain" out on all platforms. You can look at it on YouTube. I've had people actually cry tears listening to that song because you can feel my energy through it. You can feel what I was going through in my cell. If you listen to that song, you'll be able to feel something. Like, for real, that was one of the ones. That was a hit. I even
That
feel
was a
something.
hit though. I ain't gonna lie. Can you feel my pain? Yeah.
Okay. Pain is a big feeling, though. Being able to express your pain through words is a beautiful gift that you have, and
Most
we want
definitely.
you to keep going and keep telling your story, because a lot of people don't know how to articulate the things that they're going through. And for you to express it, you know, there's a lot of people that have been going through similar situations or feelings that you've gone through.
Because what? She the voice of the hopeless.
Voice of the hopeless.
So yeah, keep that in mind. Voice of the hopeless. So speaking, could you spit us something in a little quick freestyle? You feel me?
Yeah, let me think of one. Do I want to go deeper? Let's see.
Let me sit up for this.
We like deep.
Yeah, we like to get a little deep.
We want to know how you're really feeling.
Right.
Let's see. Yeah. What's my number do? Okay. Is it a such thing as being perfect? Rolling dice with your life. Now, can you tell me, is it worth it? Left out and overlooked right now. I'm pulling back the curtains, try to close my eyes to it. They ain't think that I deserve it. I learned to keep my head up through all them days that I was hurting. Don't tell nobody about my problems. I don't want to be a burden and into fixing broken hearts, because I don't want to be a surgeon. Weird shit make me nervous. I'm starting to think that I'm allergic. Seen the angel in disguise really morph into a serpent. Instagram promoting clown shit then turned into a circus. You got mercy, you got clout below. Nigga, what's your purpose? Feed the family, feed the hood, feed them niggas in them churches. I ain't worried about that bond or that bridge, nigga, burn it. Coming new, brand new, like everything fully furnished. I ain't looking for no handout. It feel better when you earn it. Tried to drive the right way, but it feel better when I swerve it. Tried to ride the right wave. I could get jiggy with his verses. Hey.
Yeah, I like that. And that was the good bar to bar.
And that was light. That was light.
And that was light work. You feel me? Yeah, because we can't make this shit up. Okay, get it. Okay.
She sound like you drive right, but it's better when I
swerve
it.
Tried to drive the right way, but it feel better when I swerve it.
Yes. Yeah,
like that's nice.
That's on point.
Really good. Yeah.
That song
like
dropping
that.
soon. It's a real song, but I just did a verse off of it.
Yeah, but we
y'all got the sneak peek.
all of that
It hasn't dropped yet.
Yeah, y'all got the sneak to the peak. I wanted to be a rapper.
I can't stand her. Go, best friend, because I
Let me hear your
She did be a rapper too. She used to be really trying to go too. You don't got none that you can remember? That's your stuff.
No, I turned into a poet.
You got some poetry that
yeah.
you can spit? Go. Come on.
When I'm deep into my thoughts, I had to realize that this is all a good fault. That's all y'all gonna get.
2 bars.
2 bars.
At least finish it out. Like, when I'm deep into my thoughts. Come on. Say the whole thing.
Mm-mm.
You don't want to?
I like to do pen and paper.
All right, it's good.
Shelly, go get your notebook.
Okay. This ain't about me. This is about Mac Dej today.
I know that's right.
We're going to keep the limelight right here.
Right.
Right here, right here.
Okay, so I have a question. So what's something that you've learned about yourself in the last 3 months?
I learned that. That's a good one because I've learned a lot about myself within the last 3 months. Let me just see. Um, Something that I learned about myself in the last 3 months is that I had a lot of unhealed trauma that I didn't know that I was carrying with me. And I had to go into a healing journey because of it, because it was altering and getting in between my friendships, relationships, family relationships, and just like moving forward in interpersonal relationships in life. Even my job, coworker relationships, it was just getting in between my relationships, my trauma. I couldn't trust. I don't know who you are. I don't know who a person is because of everything I've been through and what it made me to believe. I had to heal from that because everybody's not like that and everybody's not the same and everybody's not out to get you and stuff like that. So,
Right.
Yeah, I had a lot of unhealed trauma. I learned that within the last 3 months.
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
Mm-hmm. And how you left off that everybody is not out to get you. And that's something we have to learn. And that's a good one.
You do. And I'm more of a person that's like, I think everybody's good until you prove me wrong.
Exactly.
Which is kind of, it can go either way. Like, because you can think somebody's good for you and they burn you really quickly.
Right.
You know, but at the same time, I like to give people the benefit of the doubt.
Because that's why we click so well.
You know, like maybe you might not be a good person, but
some people,
I have to find out myself. You have to show me.
Well, what I learned is I learned to just deal with people according to who they are, because some people, because of everything they've been through, they have good intentions, you know, but they just been through so much that they just don't know. Some people are uneducated. I am very smart, but I was very uneducated.
That's a good word to describe you guys.
I'm very smart,
but uneducated.
I was very uneducated in a lot of things like that. There's literally things that I had no knowledge of and things that I needed. Those are things that I needed to survive out here. Like basic things like how to deal with a situation. It was a lot of things that I've never been through as an adult being out. So some of the things I've experienced since I've been out, I'm experiencing for the first time as an adult, which that is a whole different thing because I'm not a kid anymore. But I went to jail when I was 19, so sometime I had to realize that my mind thought as a 19-year-old.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's true.
That is something that I had to step back and I had to fix because I know that I've been there, but that's not an excuse. You got to grow up.
Yep. And it's about your development too. So you can always go into something, and it's about having conscious thinking before you reacting as well. So that take a big part into it, and especially decision making. You want to make sure that you're making the right decision when you're making it. So we have to go through that too.
You have to experience it because, like me, I'm a person. You could tell me all day that you can't do that because it's gonna happen. I'm gonna hear you, but it's like I will go. I have to experience stuff on my own to see how I'm gonna feel about it. Because you may tell me that, but you know, but 9 times out of 10, what they tell us growing up is true. Like you reap what you sow.
Exactly.
Well, one door closed, that means another one's gonna open. Keep your faith. Everything they tell you growing up, your mom, like your like older people and stuff, aunties, uncles, that shit is true for real. I didn't realize how true it was till now I'm old. And it's like, damn, everything they said makes sense now.
It does. And
we ain't old, we youngins.
Right.
Okay?
Now I'm older.
Right. We older and wiser. But shout out to the older generation that have taught us and embraced us and braided in us the wisdom that we have today. Because without them, we wouldn't be who we are as well.
For real.
Because they really, no, for real, they really put some game into us, and we thought that we can just do a fast life growing up, but hey, ain't no need to put the. I'd rather cruise through life now. You feel me? Like I used to want to do that fast road, but you end up like Dej just said in the beginning, you end up 3 ways. Either dead, in jail, or in hell. Mm-hmm. So we can't make this shit up and just pay attention to that, because if you go down that fast route, that's what you're gonna lead into. Right. A fast route, and it gets you nowhere.
But I did enjoy how you said people are different and uneducated, because I also think that our surroundings opens up to what we're used to. Once you start going, this is where traveling becomes a big thing, because you realize how many different people there are in the world and different ways of living there is.
No.
So
true.
when you're incarcerated for so many years and then you're just pretty much here's a world full of endless opportunities. That's a lot to digest for anybody, especially when a world has just changed. That we had COVID, we had a whole bunch of different things go on, and it's just a lot to consume for anybody. And I appreciate that you realize, maybe I needed to slow down. Maybe I needed to realize I needed to adjust, because people are different, and a lot of people are going through a lot of different things, and it takes a lot of adjustment.
Right. And you have to find what works for you, what works best for you, and what you can actually deal with and tolerate.
And social skills are important.
Exactly.
Social skills are important, and it's really hard nowadays with these new generations having technology right in front of them. Because you don't have to socialize. You can just hop on your phone and see what everybody's doing, but a lot of this new generation doesn't like to go out to the clubs like we used to. Don't like to go to a party. None of this, because they're like, I have social anxiety.
And having a good time.
Yeah.
But you know what? You also can't trust people.
You can't. But
so that's the biggest thing. You cannot trust. Everyone have a motive, whether it's good or bad, or good intention or bad intention. Everyone has a motive.
Yeah.
And that's something that we have to learn. And once you learn that, you're going to always remember to watch your surroundings no matter where you at. You could be having a good time.
I feel like I don't have to be on guard here, though. Like, there are some places I go to, and I feel like I had to, make sure I'm watching over there and watch it and making sure I don't talk to. I know, like, I don't feel like that here, but yeah, it is people out here where you can't trust everybody. So.
Yeah, meaning more so of not putting you in a dangerous predicament, but just more so of just what you put out there, because you can bring your energy around. They suck out the energy out of you, and you're not even knowing they sucking the energy out of you because you thinking that they got good intentions, but in reality they don't.
Right.
So you just have to be mindful.
Learn that too. Yeah.
You just have to be mindful what you put out there and what you bring yourself around, and that's the main thing. And then you mentioned about traveling. So how was your first experience traveling since you was incarcerated and coming out, going to another state?
Well,
because you went to Hawaii, right? How was that?
I went to Hawaii, and that was a rejuvenating experience. It is still, I think, part of U.S. soil, so they speak our language. It wasn't a foreign language, and that was like an A+ for me, because it was like, okay, I don't know if they got their own language, but when I was out there, they was all speaking like English,
yeah.
But Hawaii is really nice. Like, the weather, I couldn't do the volcanoes because they have volcanoes out there. That's the only thing I couldn't do.
What part of Hawaii did you go to? Did you go
I went to Honolulu.
Okay, so I went to Honolulu.
Maui is the one with the volcano.
They all got volcanoes.
Even Honolulu.
Honolulu has Diamond Head.
So when do they erupt? Because baby,
they haven't interrupted. So I went to Hawaii for my 30th birthday.
I thought they just did last year.
And Maui. That was a fire.
Oh, okay.
That was a big fire.
And that was a big fire, though. And I'm more of a conspiracy theorist.
Right.
So I don't want to go through that rabbit hole with you guys right now.
I used to be a conspiracy theorist, too.
But they all do have volcanoes. They just haven't erupted in a very long time. But Honolulu has Diamond Heads. I did go visit that one and went around that one. That was a nice, beautiful hike.
Yeah, can't make this shit up.
We cannot. Period. Real and raw at the same time.
No, for real. So, Dej, if you had one message to give to the fans, the viewers, what would you give to them?
I would just say to build your spiritual relationship with God. We are living in some end times. We are in a spiritual warfare, whether you want to believe it or not. If you are an atheist, unfollow me. No, I'm just playing. No, for real though, y'all. Like, I know everybody's not perfect. We've all done things. We've all done our dirt. But you have to forgive yourself. You got to ask God for forgiveness. You got to repent. And from that day forward, you got to just make a conscious effort to be better than you were yesterday.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Intentionally out here doing negative things, gossiping, writing people negative messages, thinking negative, you can manifest negative stuff to happen too. If you always constantly thinking negative, you're gonna manifest that in your life. You can manifest negativity. So be careful about what you think. Be careful. It's power in the tongue. Be careful about what you say out your mouth.
Yeah.
Once you say it out your mouth, expect it to damn near happen. Because don't say it. Don't think negative.
Right.
Try to think positive. Try to speak positive. Raise your vibrations. Raise your frequency. You know what I mean? When you're around people, don't be. If you are low vibrational, stay away from me, baby. Stay away from me.
Yeah,
No, for real.
But yeah, we out here trying to live
It
and go.
takes so much to be.
We out here trying to live and reach higher heights. You know what I'm saying? Mac Dej. You know what I'm
You
saying?
feel me? Yeah, type
like
in
that.
Mac Dej. I know that's right.
I like that.
But listening to you, your story, it just makes me think that you have really came a long way. I'm extremely proud of you, and just keep progressing, keep moving forward, keep reaching the goals that you want to reach in life. You feel me? Keep beating the odds, because the system, they failed. You're a survivor, okay? So yeah, you're doing a good job. So keep it up, and just remember, life is like a boxing ring. You get 9 rounds in a boxing match, right? Is it 9 or 10?
In a boxing?
Yeah,
I think it's 9, maybe.
it's 9 or 10. So
10
each round, boxing, you know how life is a matter of seconds. So you literally got a matter of seconds to make the best decision to make your life worth it. Because we can't make this shit up.
We
can't
cannot
make
make
this
it
shit
up.
up.
Unless when life gives you lemons.
You make
Take
what? Take a shot?
tequila.
We need a shot of tequila. Yes.
Thank you so much, Deja, for coming
I
out.
appreciate y'all for having me.
Yes, we appreciate you
that
so
shit
much.
was lit.
It was
Okay?
lit. So thank
It
you
was
guys
lit.
so much for tuning into We Can't Make
Y'all
This
gotta
Shit
tap in.
Up.
It's lit.
Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a
Got the
comment,
drink, the
and
fruit,
make
the
sure to
cheese,
tune
crackers.
into our next
We can make this
episode.
shit up.
We are celebrating women this month of March.
Yes.
March 8th is International Women's Day, and we're women
Yes.
trying to live it, trying to produce good results, and focus on our goals. So
Yes. And shout out to the women who have waking up every day throughout the struggle and actually pushing forward to making their day the best day that they can make it. It's hard.
it's hard.
So shout out to that. We got some really dope individuals coming for the month of March, and we just have a
We
lot
have a good
of
lineup.
super,
March
like,
Madness.
I just
and
can't
we're
even
so
talk about this
excited.
shit. Like,
Yes.
shout out to March Madness.
Y'all doing it. Y'all can't stop now though. Y'all really doing it.
We're trying. Consistency is key.
Consistency.
So thank
Okay.
you guys for tuning in. We appreciate y'all. Make sure to hit the like button, the
Hit that
subscribe button,
hit that
and hit it
subscribe
all.
button.
Tune in for the month of March. It's going
Yes.
up.
March Madness, you feel me? Cause what?
What?
We can't make this
shit
shit up.